Reddit is a website which hosts discussion groups known as subreddits for almost every topic imaginable. It's one of the most popular places on the web, but it's also one of the darkest. Hidden in the shadowy corners of its subreddits are discussion groups for the weird, the strange, and the outright terrifying. And those are exactly what we're going to dive into today. Here are the 10 creepiest subreddits you won't believe exist. Number 10 are urban myths. Growing up, most of us heard famous urban myths and legends in one form or another. Whether it was the babysitter tracing the psychopath's phone call to the upstairs bedroom, or the escaped Michael Myers-esque criminal with the claw for a hand clawing at the roof of the car, we've heard them all. At least, we think we have. The subreddit Urban Myths deals with popular internet mythologies like Slender Man, but it also archives local urban myths, ones you've probably never heard, and many of them terrifying. These include supernatural beings which prey on innocent people in remote towns and villages, underground government experiments gone awry, and information about dangerous relics which bring misfortune to those nearby. Number 9 are Three Kings. There's a distinction that can be made between those who have a passing interest in the occult and those who actively pursue it. The Three Kings subreddit is a halfway house between these two groups. Named after an online ritual which was first posted to another famous subreddit called No Sleep, Three Kings compiles ways to contact supernatural entities, discarnate souls, and unspeakable things which should not be allowed to walk among the living. This includes entries such as Council of Mirrors, the Shoebox Telephone, and the Devil's Toy Box. Most of these rituals involve either conversing with or summoning a desired entity, but if you follow them, be careful what you wish for. I personally recommend that you would stay away from this, that is, if you value your soul. Number 8 is a glitch in the Matrix. Have you ever encountered the uncanny? That feeling that something about the world is out of whack or wrong somehow. Most of the time, this feeling can be disregarded as a product of a tired mind, but in some cases, it suggests a more sinister origin. That's what the Glitch in the Matrix subreddit is all about. It compiles user entries about strange phenomena and occurrences, which suggest that the world is not what it seems at first glance. Some of the posts are subtle in nature, such as a street name changing randomly, or thinking about someone that you haven't seen in years when suddenly you bump into them. However, there are other posts which are dramatic and frightening. This includes your parents being replaced with different people and no one else noticing, or even being caught in a terrifying reality loop from which there's no escape. Number 7 is creepy Wikipedia. We've all fallen down the Wikipedia rabbit hole at some point. The website remains one of, if not the greatest collection of knowledge in human history. Almost every topic imaginable is included in some form or another, and often in great depth. But some of those topics do not simply illuminate the mind with new knowledge. Some of them shatter it with dread and horror. That's what the Creepy Wikipedia subreddit is all about. It's a repository for Wikipedia articles which contain true accounts of eerie and frightening occurrences. Entries include things like the crematory operator who hoarded bodies instead of cremating them. Another includes the story of Carl P. Schmidt, who was fatally bitten by a snake and proceeded to write down his experiences through the entire processes until the end. Number 6 is The Truth Is Here. This subreddit has well over 100,000 readers, and all of them are in search of the truth. Each user-submitted post on The Truth Is Here contains either a first-hand account of an experience with the unknown or the thoughts of someone close to those involved in an encounter. Popular posts involve experiences with shadow people, aliens, and the supernatural. Some of the most frightening posts describe abduction experiences with strange elongated beings, though there's debate about whether they are actual aliens or possibly interdimensional creatures with the technology to enter our world and snatch us while we sleep. Other experiences are more subtle, such as eerie animal noises surrounding a house at night and the moving around of household objects when no one is in the room. Number 5 is unresolved mysteries. With the current trend of true crime documentaries making headlines around the world as they probe long-standing mysteries, it's not surprising that the subreddit Unsolved Mysteries continues to be so popular. Many of the posts cover unsolved crimes, with users poring over available evidence for each crime with a view to solving the mystery. While most of the mysteries involve disappearances or unsolved murders, Unresolved Mysteries also occasionally delves into paranormal and other anomalous cases which aren't so easy to recognize. These include archaeological puzzles, such as the discovery of human remains dating back 2,000 years, or why a Hindu temple vault going back to the 6th century has been sealed by India's government. Some of the mysteries are solved while others remain elusive. Number 4 is Old School Creepy. This subreddit deals entirely with how relics from the past appear creepy through the eyes of a modern audience. There are 2 types of content to be found on this subreddit: photographs, film footage, and documents which through time now appear sinister, and items which were always creepy or frightening, regardless of how much time has passed. In one example, the grim expression of a man staring through an undertaker's window is enough to cause a subtle chill, while another painting of centuries-old autopsies is the stuff of nightmares. Then there's another unsettling photograph found on the subreddit that is of Adolf Hitler. The picture shows Hitler as a young boy. To think that this young child would go on to become one of the most reprehensible people in history is more frightening than any fictional horror. Number 3 are Skinwalkers. The Skinwalkers subreddit documents claims about beings of the same name. Skinwalkers originated from Native American mythology, describing people who commit the most evil of acts. Once these acts have been committed, the person transforms into a skinwalker, taking the form of a human but being something else entirely underneath. These creatures are said to be able to transform themselves into animals, mimic voices, and even curse villages and towns through occult knowledge. What makes the Skinwalkers subreddit so frightening is that these stories are not just consigned to superstitious history, they are relayed by people who live today, suggesting that these malevolent, once human creatures still hide among us. Number 2 is True Creepy. The True Creepy subreddit has over 50,000 subscribers and stays true to its name by only allowing posts which are truly unnerving. Its subscribers share their experiences of creepy events as well as images, video, and documents exploring the sinister side of life. For example, Redditor Katie87 discovered a Ouija board in her new home. However, it only appeared after she moved in and was being used by an unknown person within a crawl space. Other types of posts describe real-life disappearances, but much of that content is made up of creepy YouTube videos, social media posts, and even bizarre recordings of distorted live broadcasts, which are as unnerving as they are a mystery. Whatever haunts you, you're sure to find it on True Creepy. And number 1 is Creepy Kids. A theory in parapsychology states that children can see supernatural creatures while nearby adults are oblivious to their presence. The only evidence that anything is wrong is when a child talks about it. That's what you'll find on the Creepy Kids subreddit. In one post, a mother's son would talk about the skeletons which lived in their attic. Some children also talk about their previous lives before they were born, with one telling her mother that she picked her as her mom because she was sad. In another post, a child would wake up in her parents' car every time that they drove by a graveyard, telling her parents that the voices were too loud. Who knows what these kids are seeing, but if you are going to read the Creepy Kids subreddit, best do it with the lights on, just in case those unseen things are peeking over your shoulder. This video was sponsored by Audible. Audible is where so many inspiring voices and compelling stories open listeners up to new experiences and ways of thinking. They deliver bestsellers, business, self-improvement, memoirs, and more, all professionally narrated by actors, authors, and motivational superstars like Rachel Hollis, David Goggins, and Mel Robbins. With their convenient app, members can access Audible anytime, at the gym, while commuting, and on the go, and on any device. And it will always pick up right where you left off. And they offer free and easy audiobook exchanges, credits you can roll over for a year, and a library you keep forever even if you cancel. Personally, I recommend Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. It's an incredible listen that will empower and motivate you. So click the link in the description, audible.com/Matthew, and you'll pay just $4.95 per month for the first 3 months. After that, it's only $14.95 per month. This offer is valid from July 1st, 2019 to July 31st, 2019. So start listening today with a 30-day Audible trial, and your first audiobook plus 2 Audible originals are free. Visit audible.com/Matthew or text Matthew to 500 500.